Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Podcrastinators. I'm Cam, and I'm joined with my co-host,
Connor.
Yep, and today we're coming at you with a very special episode where we went to the movie theaters and watched the new movie Beast.
Starring Idris Elba. And that's the only notable name.
Yeah. Well, so this is kind of like the fall episode that we just came out with, where we wanted to go see a movie that had
that's currently in theaters.
Yeah, just come out.
Mm-hmm. Something more with the time, not something that's made like 15 years ago that we're like, let's do an episode on that.
Exactly. And so, unfortunately, we've run into another bout of technical difficulties, I'd say, and we, for the people that are keeping track of, like, if you're following our horror season, we have lost the audio for Take Shelter, unfortunately.
Just like we lost the audio for Cloverfield. So, there's 2 episodes lost to time, but...
Yes, so this will be, I guess, our replacement for Take Shelter. But if you did watch Take Shelter, I guess we can give our quick 5-second thoughts so that you're not left with nothing.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Take Shelter, Connor?
I thought Take Shelter was very, very long, and I don't think I'll watch it again.
I liked it more than you, but I don't think it should have been added to our horror season.
Well, now it's not, so.
Yeah, now it's not. That's a good point. I like the acting. I do like this movie a lot, actually. Like,
Take Shelter's acting was good, I will admit. Yeah.
And I like how you don't really know if the storm that's coming is all in his head or if it is actually coming or not. But
yeah.
I think I liked it and you didn't. So
yeah.
There you go.
Yep. That's a minute review of the movie that we had 30 minutes of audio for at one point.
Yep. So
getting back on track to speaking about Beast, I thought I should rip off and as always, we assume that the listeners who are tuning in have watched the movie and are just wanting to get a little bit more discussion out of it. So not that there's any reason for you not to want the movie to be spoiled, but spoilers.
Yes, we will be spoiling this movie.
And I was really sad that they didn't. I have to say, the main reason we were allured to this movie was the trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the marketing for this movie was very deceptive.
Yep, they had this theme that everybody in the theater. Anytime we went to the theater, Cam and I would also do it, and like we'd hear people in the theater going, dee 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 dee.
It would be in the background of every one of these trailers, just like dee 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 dee. And it never happened in the actual.
I was
movie.
waiting for the entire movie to hear that, but
it happened in all the trailers. Not even the theatrical trailers, but also in the television trailers. When I was watching Better Call Saul on regular TV, and they would play a trailer for Beast, it would have the dee 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 dee.
I wonder if they put too much into the marketing, so they couldn't redo the marketing. But they were like, guys, we're getting some pretty negative backlash.
People do not like the D D D D D D D.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they even had enough time to do that, but it's a possibility.
0 out of 10, no D D D D D D Ds in the actual film.
Also, 0 out of 10 acting. That might have been the worst acting I have seen in a movie. It was horrific.
Idris Elba was good.
No, he was awful.
What?
He was so bad. He had no direction. He didn't know what he was doing. I genuinely thought halfway through the movie, I'm like, I wonder if they wrote a script for this movie. Yeah. I wonder if they just all right, in this scene, the fucking lion comes and attacks you. Now go. And they're like, oh, Dad. Oh, no. Oh, the lion. Get the gun. It's on your right. Get the gun. I love you, okay?
Well... yeah, I could see it. The script was very flimsy and incredibly predictable. As soon as the movie opens and they get off of the plane and they're just arguing and bickering, and I'm like, all right, their character arc is that they're going to come together at the end as a family. Like, none of them are going to die. The Uncle Martin character is going to die because there needs to be a main character that does die. But Idris Elba and his 2 girls are definitely not going to die.
We're going to need a bigger safari van, Cameron.
Yeah. It's a scary lion.
I hate to say, like, I mean, they're just kids, right? So I feel bad being like, but they were the part I hated the most about the movie.
I thought
they were so annoying.
I liked the girl Nora, right?
Which one was that?
She was the one with the afro. I thought she was pretty funny, actually. She had some good lines.
Yeah.
A few good lines. But
also, I couldn't tell because miraculously we just saw this in theaters. We just got back. It was a pretty packed theater.
There were a lot of people.
Yeah, and I couldn't differentiate between the people who were just laughing at the movie, like as like genuinely reacting to what the movie was showing them, or they were just laughing at how bad it was, like we were. I got both a little bit.
Yeah, no, the lady to my left was like pretty into it. Like she was on the edge of her seat. There was a part where like at the end when he's actually like fighting the lion, she was like getting back on her seat. Like
also when he fought the lion, you're like, he's dead. He's so fucking dead. It's
he got
not even
fucked
funny.
up by the lion
for like 20 seconds, and you're like, he should have arms ripped off right now. Like,
and what about all the other like poachers that got attacked by the lion, like for like a quick second, and then they're like instantly dead, and then Idris Elba gets mauled, and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't get it.
At least we got to see. It's like somebody. If you want to go see someone get mauled by a lion, like you're not gonna be disappointed. He's gonna get mauled by a lion.
Dude, the people next to me on my side, they brought a blanket and were like fucking shuffling it around the entire time. Like there'd be like moments in the movie where they'd like, you know, and like you readjust your blanket and you start like flopping it around. They were doing that and like talking. And I'd like look over. I'm like, guys, like
there were some people that were distracting in that theater for sure.
To be fair though, that's one of the movies where I don't care.
I don't really care.
Yeah. And I think most people knew that.
Yeah.
At least I hope. I hope they don't just go to the movies like that.
The better version of this movie is Jaws or Jurassic Park. Like, and the one girl, the older girl, had a Jurassic Park shirt on at the beginning. Like, I was fully expecting there to be a line where it's like, if you don't move, the lion can't see you.
Well, didn't the uncle say that when they were in the car? He's like, don't move. And you're like, what's that gonna do?
Its vision is based on movement. It can't see you if you don't move.
That movie was idiotic. Also, I love the scene where like the Uncle Mark character first goes out with his gun and he sees 2 crocodiles like swim into the water.
And that didn't matter.
Yeah, and then he
was
just
like,
goes
I'll go into the water.
And then Idris Elba in the middle of the night is like neck deep in water in the middle of Africa, and you're like, dude, you know like what's out there? Like this lion is not the only thing that can just wreck your day.
And in that one scene, in the part 2 where he's like under the water, like stealthily avoiding the lion, like no way the lion would definitely be able to smell him or hear him. Yep. Like there's no way he'd be like inches away from that lion and the lion wouldn't know that he was there. No. Come on.
Yeah, it was not it.
There was way too much explaining what was going on to like
my favorite. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but my favorite, just off of what you said, is when he grabs the keys. Or no, he checks the car. He gets so to paint the scene, the lion's there, the poachers just came, shit's going down, and like they crash their car. And then Idris Elba gets out to go check the other car that the poachers just drove up in. And he's like, oh fuck, the keys aren't there. And he runs back to the car and opens the trunk. He's like, guys, the keys aren't there. And you're just like, oh, thanks, dude. Like
there was way too much of like explaining shit. Like at the beginning they land and they're like, Dad, you didn't even care about when Mom died. And like, all right, I guess that's how we're doing this. Like, oh, don't worry, I'm a doctor. Like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I guess he's just suddenly a doctor.
Yeah. It was like so like weird too, because he's just like I don't remember exactly how it was, but yeah, he's just like on the radio or something, and he's just casually talking. He's like, I'm a doctor, and you're just like, all right.
Yeah.
He's like the dude from Star Trek. Bone?
Bones. Yeah.
Bones.
I did like there were a couple things that I did like about this movie though. When they like first went into that village that everybody had died in, I liked that the goats were actually completely fine and the lions went after all the humans.
Yeah.
But then they ruined it by completely explaining it. Like, I've never seen a lion do that before. Like, it didn't even finish eating its prey. Wow. Like, we just saw that. Thanks for explaining it.
I thought it was funny how that lion probably in the course of that movie dodged at least like 160 bullets.
But also, Idris Elba was the worst fucking shot ever at the beginning when he was standing on the car with the tranquilizer. The lion like jumps down. He like shoots down like 2 feet and like completely misses. And then later when they're in the school and he's got the gun and just like
bang bang like firing off like just randomly, and you're like, just take your you could hit all 3 shots. I promise. It's a big target.
He had some stormtrooper aim.
They all did. There was like at least like 12 poachers that were open firing on the lion and didn't even like hit it.
Oh, and then I like the part too where like the poachers come up, you think they're saved, and then it's like, oh, Uncle Martin, he's the anti-poacher.
Anti-poacher. There's poachers and then there's anti-poacher.
The poacher.
And then I like when they go on in like the poacher room, they're like, I don't like poaching.
Poaching is bad.
Like, wow, there's a good message behind this movie.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, I did like the cinematography though. There were like, I felt like, actually, was there a purpose behind it? I might rewind on if I liked it or not. But I'd say there were a lot of like interesting shots. There were a lot of like,
there were some shots where I don't know. I'm sure you could tell, but like, because we almost saw this in IMAX before we went, but like where you could tell where they started using the IMAX camera, where like they're just like smooth transitioning and everything looked really good for like, I don't know. There's one part in particular I was like, oh yeah, that's the IMAX camera.
Well, I just thought I noticed there were a lot of like continuous takes, you know, like there wasn't like a lot of edits, which I think it's cool. It's hard to pull off.
Yeah.
So that was the one part of this movie that I was like really impressed with was the like single or there were just the really long takes, you know.
There was one scene in the beginning of the movie where like it cut really quick, like, you know, when they're zooming in on the picture of like the tree that her mom took. I was thinking, I feel like 9 out of 10 other like people would have like left that shot linger a little bit. I guess it didn't mean much to the story, but it just felt weird that they like zoomed in on it and then immediately cut to like it was like them drinking, and I was like, that was kind of a fast cut into something totally.
That's a good point. I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something else. I don't remember. Oh, okay. I agree. Idris Elba was a good actor, but I was thinking during the movie, I was like, he's a good actor, but I can't think of any good movies that he's actually in.
Well, he's Heimdall. That's the one everybody knows him from.
From Pacific.
Thor.
Isn't he in Pacific Rim?
He
or the sequel
might
to
be.
Pacific Rim.
I'm not sure. Let's look it up. But he's Heimdall in the MCU.
The Watcher guy, right?
Yeah, that controls the Bifrost in Thor. And then my top pick for Idris Elba is I want him to be James Bond.
The new James Bond.
Yeah, I think he would make a really good James Bond. Oh,
he's in Sonic.
He's the voice of Knuckles.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, he's in Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one. He's good in that.
He is good in that.
And then, I was about to be like, who is he in Age of Ultron? But he's Heimdall, like we said. He's in Prometheus. He is in the first Pacific Rim. He's in the second Ghost Rider, and he's in Cats.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he's a good actor, but he's not in a lot of good movies.
That's a good, you're right. He is a good actor, but he's not in anything good.
No, it's kind of weird.
He's in Hobbs and Shaw. He's the villain in Hobbs and Shaw. We should watch Hobbs and Shaw. That's the Fast and the Furious spinoff.
Oh, I had no idea. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I wish I had more to say, but it is a surface level movie
Yeah.
that had not a lot going on. The lion CGI wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I was also gonna say, I wonder if they knew what they were doing making this movie. Like, I wonder if they actually, like, because we've talked about it before. Obviously, nobody wants to make a bad movie, but I wonder if they purposely did some things, because that theater was packed.
Yeah,
It was I bet this. I don't know the numbers, but I feel like this movie, just based off that, has probably made its profit. You know.
I guess. Well, this is opening weekend, so I guess we won't really know. We'll come back to you on a future episode.
Yeah.
Come back with the box office numbers to see if this was successful. You know what brought people into the theater, right?
Uh-huh. I think so. I wouldn't be surprised. I bet a lot of other people were pretty disappointed that wasn't in the theater or in the movie.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
I'd give it like a 2 out of 10.
I was also thinking like 20%.
Yeah.
Don't see this movie. Watch Jaws or Jurassic Park instead if you want like an animal horror movie, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to mention that it was so predictable that I guessed in the middle of it. I turned to Connor.
Not even in the middle of it. You predicted that scene was like 5 minutes after. You predicted the end of the movie in like 20 minutes, I feel like.
Yeah, so at the end of the actually, let's take it back to the beginning of the movie a little bit. So Idris Elba, his 2 girls, and the Uncle Martin character, they roll up, and Uncle Martin has, I guess, raised some, like, a pride of lions from when they were cubs, and like they're these nice lions, and they hug them and stuff, and it's like supposed to be a cute scene and all that. And then halfway through, or I guess first quarter of the movie, I turned to Connor and I'm like, hey, I bet the nice lions end up fighting off the mean lion at the end, like Jurassic Park with the T-Rex and the Velociraptors. And then when Idris Elba is fighting the lion and he's getting mauled, you know who comes and saves him is the nice lion.
Yep. Thank God the lions came to save the day.
Jurassic Park style.
It kind of makes me want to rewatch Jurassic Park. Or Jaws, for that matter. There was some things in Jaws. One thing I really like about Jaws is there's a lot of those moments where it's just still, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, it's just the characters, like, just awaiting, like, their next encounter. And there's, like, good character work there, and it kind of, like, slows down the pace of the movie. But in this one, I felt like they were panicked, like, 24/7.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and I didn't like, because, like, they'd be in the car, and you're like, you guys are fine right now, like...
Well, and with Jaws, I was thinking about this, too, like, you can't see that it's like coming like you don't know where it is because it's under the water. Like that's where the suspense comes in. Like it's the lion, you can just see him coming.
Having a shark, using this style of script, having a shark is a lot more foolproof than having anything on land. Because there's so much because you're actually stranded. You're actually in his environment. I mean, you're in the lion's environment, but when you're out on the ocean, you just got your boat.
yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere. Like just. The lion itself as a villain is like too flimsy, you know, to carry the whole thing. Because you're just like, it's an animal. Like, this is your fault for going into its territory, you know? Like, I need a little bit more. Like Jurassic Park. I keep going back to that. Like, it's dinosaurs.
Or trying to stop. And like having the character with... the fishermen with Jaws and stuff like that. Like, there's a reason they're out there. I mean, I guess the reason is he wants to get close with his family, but it's not strong enough to like... No. I like totally not. Like in Jurassic Park, there's like a lot of things going on. Like you said, tourism and like playing God, like nature finds a way or whatever Jeff Goldblum says. Life finds a way. Like maybe playing God isn't such a good idea, but like, I don't know. The message of this movie is poaching is bad. Yeah, it's like, I didn't think that was a message that needed to be reiterated. Like, I think we're all kind of on the same page here.
And family is good, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't see this movie. Watch Jaws instead, or Jurassic Park.
100%. So yeah, I don't know what our upload schedule is looking like.
So yeah, I think this one will go up this weekend, like the weekend of release with Beast. I'll try and get it out then. But this Wednesday, our episode on The Ritual will be coming out. We mentioned that, I think, a couple episodes back with Fall. But yeah, so look forward to The Ritual. That'll be next. Highly recommend watching it, but that I don't want to give anything else away from what we thought.
Discussion when the episode releases. I think, just keep an eye out for more content. We're constantly working, so there'll never be a week without something. Anyways,
exactly.
Was there anything else you wanted to say regarding the movie?
I really don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm all kaput too. Well, thank you for listening, everybody.
Yes,
we appreciate it. And stay tuned for our next projects.
Bye-bye. Keep podcrastinating.